I made no one aware. I made no one aware. I myself do not even know what I'm going to do. There's no audience over here, so there's really no entertainment. It's got to be entertaining, intriguing. It's gotta want you to want more. So the easiest part, I believe, about this is I'm just gonna build on my own. So I'm gonna write that over here. Together and apart, the fractals of energy. What is water? What is air? What is in the area space? What is the voided area space? Who owns the voided area space? What would happen if an area space was void? It wouldn't be an area space. Can it be an area in an area space? When you blow up a balloon, you don't see what's in the balloon unless you get out a microscope. Microscope. Microscope for the molecules. You see, for me, in the work I do and what I've been studying, that I find out that if there's a name of something you're studying, just from the name is where what you're studying comes from. I'm a lumberjack. My name's Jack Tree. I'm a truck driver. My name's Ronald Tire. From where it comes. So the word molecule, water, air. So if I take a balloon and I take the air out of the balloon, the space goes away and everything comes together. So if we're expanding or we're shrinking, the actual truth, I believe, in creation. Okay. Yeah, so I have to look on Facebook. Sorry, I don't like to mention the social media. I made no one aware. So this goes all the way to the end. Then, okay, this crashed. Okay, so let me take a look. Okay, Okay, let me take a look. This ends after 9 seconds. Delete. And I'm going to have to try and remember what I was talking about, fractal and empty spaces. I have to remember, just because I'm trying to fix the okay, now I don't like that I forgot. So when we're talking about molecules and empty space, if I take the air out of the balloon, I mean, let's say, I mean, if the good Lord wants us to find it, okay, if the good Lord wants us to find manimal, so if the good Lord wants to find manimal and man, the good Lord wants man and animal to find the seventh day. When we arrive at the seventh day of creation, seventh day of creation, 9 months of birth, the 8th heaven, the 6th man of light. Everything is explained. You can say it's my definition, but we have to go over it. And through the vibration and through what I learned, either I became biased, and I'm saying one is the spirit, the one and only, but is it one circle with something inside of it, one in one? You know, how do you want to pronounce what something is without understanding it? So the real science is not the science you go to school, but it's our basic board. Like the first thing we should be learning in school is finance. That's the first thing you should be learning in school, is finance. By understanding finance, you will understand everything that goes along. Well, I need food in my belly. How am I going to get the food? Do I have a garden? Do I have a house? Do I have a roof over my head? But I'm only a child. But when you go into the future, I'd like to get a comic book. I want to buy something at the store. I need enough time for my homework. Time for dinner, time to clean my room. I got to keep clean, what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what is universally the way to be. So we have to learn all this. So that is part of financial. Finance, fiancé, all the words that lead up. Yeah, it seems like a game. It doesn't seem real, but when the good Lord put his children onto the planet, fair is fair. So if it's fair, not everybody is going to have the best parent. And those parents, what they taught the children doesn't make it wrong for who the parents are and what they're teaching and what they're teaching at the schools. So for who you are as a child, where does your mind open to choice? What is right and what is wrong, and the path we have been given. Obligations. So the learning stops here because you don't have a permit. So no, but if we learn the financials of everything, what to do, what not to do, the reason to do it, and it's all about finance, all about Area 51. Building the bricks. Because that design, 5 and 2 coming together, okay? Here's 5 and 1. Here's 5 and 2. Roman numerals. You want, this is numbers. What is this? This is Mars. I didn't want to get into that. This is Earth. So since we needed 2 by 4, you see this, 3 areas, 1, 2, 3 areas. Let's call it A and B. A plus B equals to C. And then you start at A again. So this would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So that's C, and D, H, I, J, K, L. So when you begin on your telephone, the 1 has a star in it, which is your A. Your A, B, C is what comes into the game. Nothing begins until B meets D in H and F. B, D, H, F. 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 4, 6, And when you come to 8, the only 8 that there is right over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, which ends up creating 3 and 5. Now you would say, well, they're just dots. Well, actuality. So now if we were going to enter our friend into the game, right over here, you would say, see these areas, right? Whoop, it should have been here. And those are the 9 lives. This is the way it fits in. So we can also look at it this way. So if we don't close the 9 lives, we can look at this. So this is if we're ever thinking about a cross. If you're ever thinking about, how about these 3 areas, right? And then these 3 areas. You know, these 3 areas, 365. You know what these are? Sorry, 3, 2, 2, 3, 6. Because I was thinking of another equation. Anyways, 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. I'll show you the other one after. 2, 3, 6, 5, 8, 7, 4. I do not know what this means yet. I do know that each one of these is going to tell a different story. I don't want to. The 8 and the 2 comes together. 2 and 8 is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. All located through number 5. 30 plus 5. And each one of these are a mathematical equation. Well, your 8 and 1 is over here. Your 3 and 6 is here. Your 4 and 5 is here. Okay. And here is your 6 and 3. And here is your 4 and 5. Now the foxhole, right? Now here's your 5 and 4. Okay. Because it's 5 dots and it's 4 void. And here's your 4 dot and your 5 void. So when you go 5 void, right? So when I'm going to go 4 equals to 60, 5 equals to 52, 7 and 6. Well, this was sorry for myself, going a little fast. Hard to keep up with what I see. So this one is 7 and 10. This is 17Q. This is Earth. This is Mars. This is Earth. Let me paint. Okay, I'm going to paint Earth. And then I'm going to paint Mars. I'm going to do Earth, and then I'm going to do Mars. Okay, and Mars. The freckles. One round planet. And it's an even playing field. Inside. We need a basin for the oceans. We need a roof for the mountains. So for the children of creation, this science that I do is for every single person who can just think, who can ask a question, who desires an answer to something. What is this word? But when I do it, I bring it into equations. I created a format that's already been created, but I just tweaked it my way using 2 balls and 3 strikes. Well, that is out, and that's a result. 4 balls and 2 strikes. That is a result. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 ball and no strikes, 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 balls and 1 strike, 3 balls and 1 strike, 4 balls and 1 strike. Those are all either actions or results. That is how I find separation. I know 4 balls. I know the man took the base. But why is it always, and you hear on national TV, and they always differentiate between man and woman. And there's a reason for that. Because in order to find the secrets, the hidden secrets, they had to separate them. They gave them colors, positive and negative, red and black. But when you're writing a check, you're taking it from a positive account, but positive is supposed to be red. But I'm in the red because I don't have the positive. I don't have the cash in my account. How can I be in the red? Doesn't make any sense. So you got money in your account. Your account is positive. The color of positive is red. I'm all mixed up. When you have a negative in your account. So apparently what I understand is negative is direct current. Negative is direct current. And positive would be AC. I'm just trying to jog things in my mind. You know, when somebody shows up, sometimes I lose my place. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm coming back. I have no idea if anybody's here. Whatever. Sometimes it plays with my mind. The round earth is flat. The round earth is flat for the purpose of movement. And the movement is square. How in the world do you get square movement? Because it stays there for an extended period of time. And all that time it's turning round. But it's a square movement. It gets colder, it gets hotter, it gets colder, it gets hotter, moves in, it moves out. Oceans, one side and the other. The body brings it together. I can leave it out here, but then I bring it into the body, bringing both worlds together, like above is below. Only the imagination can create. And nothing has to be real. It has to make sense, but maybe it doesn't make sense to you because you won't accept the sense that there's a possibility it can be. We can do it in games. So anyways, for what I'm doing is anybody without any schooling like me, I shouldn't be proud of that. I shouldn't even be saying that like that. Not true, but no schooling for other than teaching myself what I do, how things come together. Try and look at this as in a 3D fashion. What actually is it? It's 2 pentagrams coming together. See let me just show you. Then maybe we'll talk a little bit about numbers. So we have the pentagram here, right? And then this here. But the thing about the pentagram, right? Maybe I can, let's see if I can do it on the other page. No, not here. Let me see if I can do this. One. Now. Just trying to see which way the design is. It coming over here? 2. So you have 2 of them. So this is 5 and this is 5.
And now the next one is, I think it's, is this it? And this is 5. And then there's this one over here. Now the question is, are we going to put another one over here? And we're going to have another 5. So we have 20 plus 1, 21. Now I'm just trying to see what else we have in here. Do we have blocks within each one? Do we have blocks inside of each one? We have blocks inside of each one. Let me see what happens. Blocks within each one. So we have a block, a block, a block. Did I get that right? No, no, the block LS has to go all the way down here. So we have a block in each one. Just trying to see. We have a block in each one. I'm just trying to look there. Oh yeah, here it is. So once you get a block in each one, you end up, let me just color this one in to show you what you end up with. You end up with a hexagon. So you have 4 pentagon. I think that's what you call it, right? Okay, 4 times 5. And then inside of each one, you have 4 times hexagon. So that's 4 times 6, right? And then inside of that, once you color all this in, and let me do the last one. Okay, and then you have 1 square. 1 times a square. Now, the question is this a 6? Because if you have 6, it's 6 by 6. When you have a 5, it's 5 by 5. When you have a 4, it's 4 by 4. I just want to just keep that equation on the side for now. Early morning there, where are you? I don't want to lose my place, but I'm going to talk to you. Do you know what I'm doing? Would you like me to start over? You like me to start in the middle and then forget everything I'm doing? But I come up with these new ideas every single day. Every single day. And I can't retain some. I can't explain them all. But I really like the Bible stuff because I think the Bible is completely coded. Earlier on in the video, I was talking about expanding space. The difference between expanding space for someone who knows nothing about science, looks at a balloon. And when you blow up the balloon, the space expands. But because the space is occupied. With what? I can say it's air. What is air? What is the molecule? What is air? What is the molecule? What is matter? What is energy? Energy with 2 elements come together. You can't know what energy is by itself. How would you even know you're not there? So it's going to take 2. But regardless to that fact, what was I thinking? Just give me a second. Yes, the balloon. The balloon. So you blow it up and air goes in, water goes in, gas goes in, liquid goes in, you go to the bathroom in it. What's the difference? The only reason that we have area space is because it's occupied by matter and energy, constant. Otherwise it implodes and it's gone. Now we're on the outside of what is, and then there's energy. The only reason for it to implode is because there's energy on the outside of it. There's energy on the inside of it. There's energy on the outside of it. And you remember they were saying to build a wall? Well, wall in French is mur, and it sounds like Mars. It also sounds like part of a code for Federation divide, FED. It's number 15. It's a Mars code. They could be saying 15 for them, and Mars is the full 51. It could be the anti of what it is. 3 by 5 equals to 15, but now it takes 3 by 17 to equal to 51. 3 by 5 equals to 15. And now you need 3 by 17 to equal to 51. So that's the 3, 5 equals 6. And this is 3, 8 equals 6. 386, 356. Where was I? Yes. In French, the M-U-R. But you might, it's rum, rum. And then in rum, there's wall and rum. And if you read it backwards and forwards, it's M-U-R-D-E-R. I don't know why. Red rum, right? When you call red rum, right? So the red Republican wanted to put up the wall. So you'd have red rum, and they'd be calling all along the wall high 52. High 52 is the calling of Q. The French know Jack God. The reason for this is because 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals 10 and 7, which is J and G. The French reverse the J for the G for the J, because through the gateway is the one spirit of Zion creation. The reason I say Zion, because it's a direct current creation. And the reason for this is the numeric value is 64 for Zion, 64 for Israel, 64 for 0. The circle or the line has to do with on, off, on, off, on, off. I bumped into somebody today. So that I-O is on, off. And apparently there's 60 times a second or whatever it is that the light stays on, and that's why you see the light on. And that's why some cameras, when you shine it up against the light, it'll start to flutter because it's picking it up at a different speed. Right, exactly, yes. Red rum. So the myrrh, Moses too. You see, when the beginning of when Moses, take us out of the bondage, because we are definitely in bondage and we've been here for a long time. I don't know if you've seen it or not. And what happened during Moses and the 10 Commandments is the African king came up and he brought a lot of colored blankets and jewels and so many colors. And now, about a year or so ago, they're talking about rainbows. Then they're talking about the colors of the transgender. And then they're bringing up Black Lives Matter. And the reason for this, I mean, if you look to the past, is because matter is 77, black is 29. It's the IT system that has been created. The I could be an A, okay, because it's between two worlds. It's not split between one with the cap on the bottom and the top. And that cap is 10 times that is on the top. And the reason for that is when you put a cap over the letter M in Roman numeral, over the letter I in Roman numeral, or the X, I think it means 10,000. So it all depends where you use these hieroglyphs or whatever you want to call them. I think Mert, what is it? M-E-U-R-T-R-E, I think. But what were we talking about in French? In French, we mur. So they're putting up a walls and malls, all. They're putting it up all 25. Jack, I need a drink. I'm having trouble thinking because of it. Just give me a minute. I'll let you look at the sky for a minute. I'm going in the kitchen. I got to put some more light up here. I don't like to be interrupted by my own self, but oh, my fridge is open. Oh my. Yeah, okay. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so the only reason the balloon implodes is because there's energy on the inside. Now, what would happen if you took a balloon to space? What happened if you blew up a balloon when you're under the water? What would happen? Of course, the water would push away. If your pressure is greater than the water pressure, that you can expand the balloon. So let's go back and finish this. So acknowledge, if you could, if you'd like, that if you know what this was. Did you see this? And they call it the carnation. Carnation. And it is in the 11th month on the 11th day. What is the significance? I think is that what, but that's what it is. Let me take a check. What does a carnation signify? Love, captivation, distinction. Today, carnation. What does a single carnation mean? Purity, good luck. Symbolism, carnation meaning. Okay, I don't want to look at this. I want to look at what is the flower they give away on the what do you call it? No, I'm trying to think of what it is. On the 11th, they give what does a poppy look like?
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, physical description, poppies have lobed or dissected leaves and milky sap. The buds are often not.
Okay, no, that's not what I want. I want to know.
The flowers have 4 to 6.
Remembrance Day. What is the flower they give?
According to the Royal Canadian Legion, the poppy is a powerful symbol of remembrance.
Okay, so we went through the poppy and the 2 flowers, and this has nothing to do with me. I'm not making any discoveries. Nothing. This has been given to us. I mean, they made the deck of cards. They gave it to us. Now we're always trying to be so perfect. We're not taking it as is. It's a flower. It's a flower. I'm 10 years old. It's a flower. You know, I played house when I was a little boy. Yeah, I played house, played hide and seek, pitch a ball, every single name with every single letter, for all the excitement that it raises within you, is telling a story. Every word, every position of every letter, to understand why each letter is in its position. Like in the word clock or sock. But not in the word talk, because in the word talk, it's not T-O-C-K. Let me write this down. Talk, or how about talk tick? What is a tick if you know what a talk is? So then we'd understand how I next to C after T and O after T before C. And a 4-letter word. So that 4-letter word is going to be 108. JH. It's going to be part of the sun. And the reason I say this is because the numeric value for the sun is 504, 54, anything with the 2 numbers of 5 and 4. If there's another number with it, like let's say it'd be 534, okay, you have here polarity creation. I always like to look at this as electric company. 1 and 2 is what creates this. So when you see a 5, it's been created, and it's created from this. And then it becomes this. But before it becomes this, all this over here, this will reduce to this, which will reduce to this, which will come from your perfect creation of this, which will be 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 1 times 6 equals to 6. 7 times 6 equals to 42. 7 plus 6 equals to 13, equals to 55. And from this, we have 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. Then we go 5, 5, the next 2 numbers that it equated to. So you're going to go 15, 20. And then you have the last number. Let me see what this was over here. 15, 20. Okay, 6 and 7. So you can go 7 and 6 or 6 and 7. So it'll be 26 or 27. And then it'll be 33 and 33. Did I get that right? Let me see if I did this right. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10, 15, 20, plus 6 and 7 equals to 33. Correct. Versatile equal to 26 and 27, and then on to 33. The command and the creation of the Christ to the matter and the energy of creation, 1-on-1 Earth-Mars creation. This is an Earth-Mars creation. Earth spinning around with little pods interchanging all the time. Mars, Earth together is one. Direct current. And the direct current is going to be your black to start with, your red. And at the carpet will either be red or green. Where does all this information come from? What information? I'm making it all up. Making it all up. See, I know my friend Leo doesn't want me to say that, right? He doesn't want me to say I'm making it all up. I took that information from the roulette wheel, from the gambling, the casinos. They have the red carpet, they have the green carpet. I also know when you're playing the game of pool, they also use a green carpet, confirmation. I know they go to one of the prestigious golf tournaments where they swing clubs of different numbers and they win the green jacket. I know Philadelphia Eagles are green this weekend. The green for ground. The green that's in the front of my camera right now. See let me see if you can see the green. See that green light? The green Martians, the green Hornets. Green is going on right now. Very strong. The hidden green is on right now. The green and the red. When you mix two colors together, blue and yellow, like the flag, right? Like the flag. I don't even know if you know which flag I'm talking about on the other end of the country, that thing that's going on, the fighting there. Their flag represents that green. And they're fighting the red arm, me. Arm, Mars, Y, the split, two worlds. Where does Y come from? You Y this way or Y this way, right? But what if two energies were coming together and then they come out into one energy and that becomes UV, your life. And then this is the flower. FDL, fleur-de-lis, flower. What comes out of this egg is two energies from two worlds, -1, +1, coming into the 0 point where they unite. Only when they come through the 0 point do they become ABC. 1 and 1 creates what is the next one, 3, as a whole, two parts. Now, the thing is, it's one that comes between two. One that comes between two. Two when one comes between. But when one comes between, right, it can only come between there. The base house is here. So we have that 4 over here and that 4 over here. There's an inside cube that'll turn sideways running off these two numbers, alter and direct current. And you see the empty space here and here. It's either this way or it's this way. See where I see these two across, see these two dots? I'll cut off the current. And then this would be a direct flow. Two different angles over here, 22.22 or 23.5 degrees between these two. But in all actuality, each corner has to count for 90. So if each corner counted for 90, let me see that. If each corner counted for 90 and I took off 22.5 or 23.5, that would leave me with 465. FED. That would leave me with the feds. If it was 225, I'd have to have a 7 to be 475. 475. Energy, moon time. Wow, they really go together. Where do I see this? The numeric value for time, 47. The numeric value for the moon is 5775. Electric equals to 75. Jesus equals to 74 as energy equals to 74. As 44 is for area space that divides day and night because of the mathematics. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8. And what creates what is 1/3 or a gateway 7 to what is 2/3, 14. The IT system AD in the sun, when A comes into Mars, when Mercury meets Mars. I'm only using these, okay, as instruments to tell my story. The story is only true as with what you believe. So the thing about this here is that here is where Mercury lives in Neptune. So Mercury lives in Neptune. And or it's a passage. The water is a passage, whichever way you want. And the invert to it, okay, is when Saturn comes to Earth. Or it's, I'm trying to understand that the full, when 1 is not there is the void, and the 6 is there, the spirit. You know what's ironic is that 1 equals to 3 and 4, and 6 equals to 5 and 2, and the 3 equals to 56, and the 3 equals to 56. So now we had 1 opposite of 6. Now we have to have the 8 equals to 49. So 82, 1 and 8 is 82. So the cycle of days of our moon is 28, 1 and 8. So we have to have 2 and 7. And 7 is 65, 2 is 58. That is 123 ABC. ABC, when the house of ABC comes out, even on the telephone, ABC begins over here, even on the telephone.
Okay, let me catch up with you. Great discovery, Padawa Mer, Padawa. There's a lot of king. Wow, king. If you write that in capitals, Roi is the king, symbolizes bloom, music. Tick relates to north. Okay, now that's up, that's down. This is all around the pole that's up and down. Now, since the pole is up and down, that looks like a number 1. But what turns around is 0. So the pole is up and down, and when you turn it around, you're turning around 0. Here's number 1, and 0 turns around number 1. We have to look at this. We have no schooling. We're learning on our own. Does it seem real? Is my mind logical? Mars Earth relates to Christ. I wonder why Mars. Why not the major star like Sun or Saturn? Sun is number 54. Sun represents the heat that is emanating from the matter and energy coming together. It is the ACE in the alphabet. The reverse alphabet totals 81. If the Sun is 54 and the total sum of the 3 letters are 81, that would leave over 27. 27 is a perfect part of where it is created by 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. It's the only 2 number letters in the alphabet of their kind. Every other one is 3, I and R, the 9th and the 18th letter. The 27th letter, they say sometimes Y, perhaps because we start over at A again. So 3 by 18 equals to 54, the Sun. What was that? What is that question? Why not the Sun? Sun is love. Sun also says backwards is nu, which is naked. So without form is the Sun
coming as matter and energy pulsating on us. Mars is 4 letters, it's 108. That's where the spirit comes into heaven because it's 4 letters, the total of 4 letters, 4 by 20, 4 by 7. And 420 is already telling you about Mars because it's Marijuana. 420 equals into the heavens. Number 80, created from 88. The color is purple. The mix of the colors is blue and red. The 2 major colors are blue and red. To get brown, the earth color, we're going to add yellow. Marriage, the 4th and the 9th finger. The word is green 8. There is no green 8. It's a black 8. So now we're going to have to understand something a little bit different with green. Green for money, because the money is the Mars pods. Our intestine, I'm thinking. The sun, 3 letters, 54. The word love. And what's ironic about this is just for me, is just the word love, the word sun. Okay, this is 4 by 27 equals to 108, which is, I like to say it's Reich, or the House of Reich, right? Like the Third Reich. 3 by 18 equals 54 equals to the sun. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals DNA. Then you have 5, 4, and then you have ITDE, almost like deity. And then when you multiply it, you get a 20 and 9, which is where the IT comes in. That's why I did this like this. The 14th letter is D. The 1st and the 4th letter is N. The 5th and the 4th letter is DE. The 9th letter is I. 5 by 4 is 20. The reverse of this is going to be another story. So we have the sun, we have 81. Since we have 81, it's going to be 54 and 27 equals to 81. Love is going to be 54 and 54. 2 suns, or the breath, or 2 IT systems. 29, 29. 29, 29. 11, 11, 18, and 18 equals to 22 equals to 36. I look at this as life goes round. 4 and 9, 4 and 18. Both in the same house. 1 and 8 equals to 9, 4 equals to 4. One is 2 times the other. So what happens with the sun is the numeric value for the 3-letter word is 54. The house of bait, where everything begins, is right here, number 27. 7, 7, 2 times 2, 4. 7 and 4, double it up. 7 and 7, matter. And Jesus inside the sun. The square is number 81. And it's created through what we spoke about, 99. 9 times 9 equals to 81. 9 and 9 equals to 18. Where is that number over here? 4 becomes the mirror. The AC, and the AD. Where are we now? Boy, I seem to lose myself. When I look at who writes something, I want to finish this piece here. Oh, yeah, so inside of here also, it says city. When you have a D, you're always going to refer back to the C. The C and D is the only 7th gate that you actually have. They're the inside gate. Why? Because the outside of 3 and 4 is 2 and 5. And then the outside of that is 1 and 6, and it's pretty simple. Here's your 3 and 4, and before and the after, and before and the after. So the inside is right here. Your 3 and 4. DC also creates red, cold, blue, and what happens, and the reason for that is this one's number 43 and this one's number 34. So when you bring the red, cold, and the blue together, you get purple. 88, window. You also get Pegasus, number 88. Mixing of these 2 colors, the red and the blue, is 40 and 27. Now, this one is telling me about the blue house of bait. I'm never really sure what to use this. I use 2 for Venus. Okay. I use it for the bait letter in the alphabet in Hebrew. I use 7 for the gate if somebody has another relationship for 7. But I'm going to show you why I use it as the gate. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 4 equals to 3. Second reason for that is that the numeric value, to get to the numeric value for the DC moon and of the word electric, and what is this is that we have a 3-year and 1-year leap year and 3-year and 1-year leap year and so on and so forth creates this, which led me to this. At the same time, male and female, 12 and 13, the bat lady mitzvah and the bar mitzvah. In the game of craps, they tell you to bar the 12, but you're barring the male because he's the bar mitzvah. This is the at. This is the female. The male is a bar. Perhaps the heavens be, perhaps I, perhaps H. Bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. Male and female, the 12th and the 13th card. The queen, 17, and the king, 11. 28 is our cycle. Okay, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to read what was written. I'm going to finish this in a minute so I can lean back in my chair. Moon math is love. Shalom. You have to teach me about moon math. What is moon math? I'm going to look it up. Square movement, really. Shalom. Square movement, I mean, it's, I'm just trying to imagine what it could be, what the possibility is. So I'm looking into the rotisserie and how the chickens turn around. And the chickens, although they always stay even, the rotisserie is going around. So what happens is when you're moving, you're always staying square. One explanation of that. I'm just trying to look why I said it. There must be a reason why I said it, or possibly because the round is inside the square. There's a reason for square. There's a reason for round. I have to think of machinery and how things work. Imagine if you were using a tractor to pick something up and the bucket was round in the front. It'd be pretty weird. Most of them are made straight. Things are made square. Rounded off, but square. A saw doesn't do this. You don't drive your car like this. Everything is done square. And then they give it form. This is what I believe. So I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I want to go back to the flowers. And we do know that the queens, I have to get my other deck of cards. The queens, who has flowers, who's holding what? I don't want to go over, I don't really want to do too much in this. I'm still learning every single day. Out of these 3 cards, which one should I throw away? One of them or 2 of them? Right, they don't have, do they have square buckets? They don't have square buckets. Do they have square buckets? Well, they have square planters. Where would, I mean, imagine if the roulette wheel would turn with a square wheel. But everything for area space, what is there and what is not there, we need the area space. Even though this turns as round, did we cut a circle out of it? Or we need, look, a square. I need all the way to here and all the way to here. So I'm going to show you with this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Wow, where's my books? Okay. So there, did it. So now the question is squaring it off. Or I could have did that. One of the two. Anyways, I want to finish. I have to get myself something in the fridge. Where was I? I lost my place. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah, I wanted to go over the alphabet. AZMN 1111. Second letter, second to last letter in gematria. I think this is the way you put it together. I have to check that out again. But anyways, did we go over this? If not, remind me. Yeah, I think I wrote it in another book. We can go over that after if I can remember. Just one second. Where did I put this? Let me put this up here so I can look. Yeah, I did everything a little too quick. And okay, I found it. Okay, I'm going to go get a drink and come back. We'll talk about the cards. There's only, when I'm done with this deck, or when we're done with this deck, you will say yay or nay to whether or not you believe it is possible that all we need is 3 cards. Slightly rounded square. You know, it's, for me to really give it a name, I go to a shop and I need a piece of wood cut. If I tell them I need it cut round, okay, is there more of a diameter to cut it round? What is happening? First of all, round has a name. It's round. So let me check this out. ROUND. It ends in ND, so that's second. There's OU means location. So 30 location is the house of bait, not in the house of creation. House of bait, Mars. Because the house of creation would be Earth. And like I put out on this, just this little thing. Earth. And these little things here are Mars. Different worlds. Planet Earth. So when they go 2 and 1, it's because we're direct current into Earth, and Earth is holding the spirit or holding the direct plug because of this. 1, Mercury, comes into 2, Venus. They create what is 3, Earth. Now what happens is we create a double Venus, still without no spirit, without that number 1, because 1 is always in the center. So we can do it this way and this way. 1 is up. The total, okay, on this one is 20 or 15. 15 and 20, 35 OT, maybe overtime. When it's this way, the answer is going to be 17, standing on Q, and 18, which is Raish, which is Mars and the Sun. And the reason for that is because 3 is opposite of 4, the house of DC, direct current. No, and the card, I'm just going to get a drink. I'm going to come back. But even the cards tells you number 92, the IT system. That multiplication and addition and subtraction, when you get 18 Raish, 18 fits into the sun. 9 can also be inverted to a 6. 2, fancy like that, believe it or not, can be turned into a 7. And when you hold this up over here and you hold this up over here, if you take away 2 areas from here, you end up with 7 left over. You end up with these 3 and these 3 with 1 in the center. And it's 2 hearts. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to come back. Just give me a minute. I'm coming back. Give me 1 second. Okay, Kat, in or out? Let's go. Ow. Took out 2 drills today. Took out 1 drill, found this drill. I just found it now because it fell on my foot. Okay, let's go into the deck of cards. Let me see. Conhex gem. What is a conhex? Oh, I think I broke my foot. I'm not sure. I've never seen your name before. Maybe, sorry, I haven't, unless you changed. Maybe I've seen it once. So I don't know where you are up in the schedule of the 18 years that I've been here. And very proud because at the beginning, I was just putting things together. I never knew there would be a story like this. And wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Oh yeah. That's crazy. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Okay, no more attention grabbers. Give me a minute. Okay, so this is what it is. Here is the 8 card. Here is the ace. They do not make 9. Here is the 5 card. Since I have the 5 card, I don't need the ace. I don't need this pot. I pick up the 4 card, 4 corners. Got 4 corners here, and I got 4 corners in the 8. Don't need the 4. 10 card, we're not going to talk about that one yet. 1 + 0 = 1, bringing the 2 worlds together. 5 and 5, 55, one of the flowers. The 6 card, if we look at the 8 card, the 6 card goes into the 8 card. Don't need the 6 card. The 2 card, none of them are like it. We'll keep the 2 card. Oh, we got the 9. So we're going to put the 9 over here, and we're going to move this one over here. Well, hold on a second. The center, and the 4 corners. 5 card, don't need the 5 card. 7 card, just like the Just like the 8 card. Don't need the 7 card. So we did ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We left out the 10 for now. So now let's see our results. Here's our results. 2, 8, and 9. 2, 8, and 9. So we got 9 plus 8 plus 2. Let's see what we got for words. We have B, we have H, and we have high. Hib. You can also add in the A. It's for free because inside of I is A. It's a different kind of H. Here's an H, but here's an I that looks like an H. It's also in the design where H and I can be looked the other way. When you're sleeping, when you're awake, the 8th and the 9th letter, the 19th and 18th letter reverse. So what is high is RS, like a reverse split. So let me check that my door is shut, please. It's a toy for my cat. Okay, I wish I can show both up and down. Awake while asleep, 8, 9, 10, 11 is hidden. The division within two numbers, okay, is number 7. Okay, 2 cubes, 7. 3 cubes, 5.5 is the average, which it's either 10 or 11. And the odds for that in the game is called Sikbo. I think it comes out of somewhere in the Asian nations or something like that. They have it in the casinos. That's the reason I know. Once had a dream about number 14, and a long time ago. And it was 14, and the odds that went with it. It was telling me a story, and it was like real crazy. So let me finish these numbers here. So 9 times 8 times 2 equals to 144. I like to go 0.0. Okay, sometimes it'll even it out. So what if you had number 29? Well, that would be the birth and the 28. So when I look at this scenario, what it tells me is it's times 3 and times 1. That's the cycle of February 29th. It's 1 year, and then February 28th is 3 years. Although 28 times 12 plus 28 times 12 plus 28. Why? Because in all actuality, if you're following the moon, there's 364 days in 13 moons, in which leaves 5.12. I made it wrong, but it's okay because it's Mars and Earth and memory coming together. Mars, memory, and Earth. In, out, in, out, in, out. Mars has 2 moons. You know, Phobos, or the SUB, and Zemus. I like to say it's the sum of the die. Since it's a die, you can maybe say it's a day, a die. In the day of man. And you just have to bring all these things together. It might be, this might not be the scenario of this, but this is the way I've seen it right now. But the truth is, the moons of Mars are called Deimos and Phobos, like phobia and demon, DP. The name of Earth, okay, this is the name of Earth's moon, ANUL. That's right. Plugged in, the anal, it says. That's what it says. It says the demons and the phobias, and we go to night and we start to dream. They put things in our head, and because we can travel, okay, we go into the computer system, into AI, and we've looked for the demons because our minds were opened to it. Because what's happy is happy, what's not is not, and to know the difference is to learn. It's a science. Anal, yeah. Subulations. Well, you have to, it's the sum of the die. Yeah, the sum of the die is 54. I'm going in and out. I'm trying to follow the story going on in here. I'm going to put back the paper in a little bit. This and this. Apparently, I'm getting a little lost. You know, one of my first shirts when I started this is the shirt I got this Superman shirt but I found this on another shirt, and it had Rubik's Cube on it. And when you look at this, there's different realities you can see. Your imagination has to work. First of all, it's got 4 fingers. And the alien over here. The thing is, this is not an alien. This is somehow, looks like an alien, right? But somehow the sewing got tangled and it's the wrong way. I don't know. Anyways, it looks like an alien. Okay, let's leave it that. No, but apparently there's 20 or 21 moves, no matter which way this cube is set up. There's only 20 or 21 moves to complete it, according to one of these sites online, a place that can do this. I didn't finish with the cards yet. So Earth is a plug-in to the 2 moons of Mars. Mars 51. Let me just finish with the card numbers, okay? We have to do all the card numbers. So when you add this up now, 9 plus 8 plus 2 equals to 19. 19 plus 144, 163. So I'd have to try and figure out what it means. It can mean AI, where I put 6 with 3. I can make another equation. It also tells me in this equation is where part of the sun comes in. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to these 2. Now their total is 27, because the multiplication of 3 times 6 is 18R, and 3 plus 6 is 9I. They're in the same family. 1 and 8 is 9 and 9. Jupiter and the word 13. And bar. When you reach the age of 13, you get to have your bar MIT mitzvah. Like in Jehovah, up I go. Angel residency in the house of Bait. Why everybody says, why number 13? Well, how come they call everything, look, it's the male girl coming, it's the male girl. No, it's the male man. Man on the moon. What are other words where woman, 2 syllables, man, 1, male, 1. So it's like a plug-in. They plugged in to this planet. Wasn't the other planet looking to plug in? Who plugged into who? How was the plug in? The alpha omega, that omega piece, right, is like a puzzle tongue. So if you're putting the tongue, when you're putting the puzzle together, are you putting it together in triangles? If you're doing that kind of puzzle, you're telling one kind of story. You're never more than 1 away from home, or 1/2. A triangle is what I understand would be more Mars than anything else, for the reason, actually it'd be Mercury, but I use it as Mars, that this side is next to this side and is next to this side. This side is next to this side, which is next to this side. Now this side is next to this side, and it's next to this side. And that's a triangle. And then when you do that, you come with the club. It's like automatic to create it, because that's how this is created. So anything to do with the club is number 38. Anything to do with that would be gold, 38. You would also use the words OR, 33. French gold, English or. Also, this would be the clover, and in French would be le trèfle. And there's more than one way to use each word. You can use the opposite of what it is, but this is the word we had to use for certain reasons, maybe because the card is black. Black Lives Matter. What's going to be, what we have to understand, there's a lot of that symbolism with the black cards. You know, the spade. The spade is also known to be as either a pick or a needle. Like in the royal flush, they always used a spade. When I just showed you the ace, they used the ace of spades, right? They use the ace of spades. Anyways, I don't know what that is. Let me not put on too much of a show. So 38 has this value, okay? 2 times 19. This value over here, okay, is the empty space. There's 6 sides. I got 3 stories going on right here. There are 6 sides. There's 6 times 1 color. There are 3 times 2 opposite sides. So now the value of the cube is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So now we have 9 opposite 9 times 3. 9 and 9 is 18 times 3 equals 54, and that would be love, sun. And one of the things about this word is that O is reverse L and V is reverse E inside. So it's actually perfect. And if you're playing tennis, they use the word love. So let's try and understand what it means. It has a 108 count, which is a plug. A, B, C, D equals to 10. 3 times this equals 504. It's now I'm just this would represent to me a pod, an area space, but I just take it out. 54 is love, sun, breath, Heart, breath, Heart. So you have heart. So you'd have the B heart. So this would equal to 10. A, B, C equals to 6. So you can, if you multiplied this by 10, this would be 100% of 60 because you're already on the plateau that's running time. Now we added 60, 1.5 times time, 23.5 and 47, 70.05. 75 is for the electric moon. It is for the house of DC because another way to look at 7 and 5 would be 3/4 is 75%. It is also the male and the female. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 7. 3 plus 4 equals to 7. Then over here, the female is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 2 equals to 3 equals to 5. Now the male will sink into the female. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. And now the male can come to this planet. Where what happens if 5 and 5 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, and they enter through Q. "55 is 16. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 7, and 6 equals to where 13 and man comes in, into the half world. 91, if you add up 13, 1 through 13 in this deck, it will equal to 91. Times 4 suits is 364 divided by 28 equals to 13. What is this? There's 28 days in the cycle of a moon. There's 13 moons in a year equaling to 364 days. There are 4 suits. When you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91. That also is the word spirit. Now, if you're counting down, you'd be counting down, and when you count all the way down, you come to the ace. So when you stop on the ace, that would be the spirit. But if you're counting up, right, when you're counting up, you'd be stopping on 78. The reason for that is 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equals 55, 66, 78. and you'll be standing on the threshold of the gateway. So if you're counting from the king down or you're counting from the ace up, you can also count from the center, and it'll tell you a different story, splitting to one side and the other. The separation in 13 is your 7th gate Q. 7 and 13 is also has to do with some kind of gearing in the movement of the Mayan time or their calendar or something. As well, when we end here at 364, there's a difference because I always count this suit times 2. So when I count it times 2, there's 91 per suit. There's now 5 times 91 equaling to 405. I always looked at 4-5 as the fox pass. The reason for that is the word fox. 6 and 15 and 24 equals to 45. The word fox also is a 9 by 5 equaling to 45, in which all 9 cylinders, 1, 2, 3 through 9, equals to 45. The average is 5, and it's found on this numeric word over here. Not only that, the O is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals 6. The X is the 24th letter. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Fox is 666, and it is a trench. It is a passage. They used it. Where did they use the word fox? The cunning fox, the orange fox. Inside the hot sun. Creating orange also is a mixture of yellow and red. So right away you mix yellow, it's 29. On this side, it's 92. Just 1 second, I'm looking. Just give me a second, I want to find something. My desk's a mess. Number 29, the IT system. The ace that divides all. The ace has a bar in it, and that bar can be used for the H and the I. The H shows 2 angles, one this way and one that way. You can take them apart. The A is a division. It's a place to divide. And I'm going to finish off with a piece of artwork and with the cards in a minute. I'm just looking for something right now. I think I got 5. It's like I got 5 different books open, you know? I got 5 books open. I started 10 stories. Can anybody follow this? Oh, yeah, they have the 53rd card or something. Wow, not happy that I don't find it. Anyways, it was the ace. Found it. Last card. Number 92. 3.1415 equals 29.65. So the beginning of pi, the beginning of 3.1415, if you looked at it as 14 and 15, it would also say 29, and 1 and 4, okay, 1 and 5 is 6, and 1 and 4 is 5. 29, 92, 65, 11, 11, 11. If you multiplied it, it'll equal to 1331. If you added it, it equals to 33. The 33 voided spaces on this cube, in which we'll calculate to both the letters I and the letters F. And when you create this with its opposite, you get P and H, like that fish. It also can be P, H, and I, or pi. You just don't want to step into that one, 1661. This, in order to create 3, you will create AB, AB for both of them. So it'll be ABC, ABC. The average will be 22, 2 and 2 in each one. 22 is busting out monkey for life. This is inside the sun. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. Now you have the percentage. Now you also have the 8. So let's call it 8%. And then you give it a little formation. And now it's got formation. So this can head out this way. And this one okay, is going to head out the other way. One goes that way, the other one goes that way. And you see the angles? The Twin Towers and the new Twin Tower showing up. So where are we? Where are we? So we were with Fox. We were with the average of 9. And the reason for Fox, now the thing with Fox is FOX, the reverse is HQ and Z. 666 reverse 888 equals to 21.6.0, which is the moon diameter. Not only is it the moon diameter, but it's 1.5 times the minutes in a day. The 1.5 is going to equivalent to Mars, and it's going to be 3 times 5 equals to that 15. The equation is okay. I'm not going to get into that equation. I didn't want to go there. But it looks like Fox headquarters. Now, is this true? Well, let's look. Let's look where we can find truth. Now, I see over here 6. So I see 4 and 2, 6. 4 and 2 equals 6. So you have D and B, or you have V, or you have M, or you have B, or you have K, or you have T. Because each one of these, D is the 4th letter, V is the 22nd letter, and M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3, 4, 2 and 2, 4. 4 is 4. This one is the 11th letter and the 20th letter. 12, 21. And then, 23. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 creates that. Now, what's over here? We have 35, we have 39, we have the angels, 39 and 12. 3 and 9 equals to 12 equals to 3. It's the same thing. They both end up equaling to 3. This one equals to 5. This one equals to 3. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, 666 is Fox. Now, when you look at 666, you have to take into account that 333 is the void that goes along with it. And I have to get back and finish those other things. I'm taking you on a goose chase right now. I just want to finish this. The reason for this is on this cube. This is the number 6. There are 3 empty spaces according to what just fell on the floor. According to this. 9, 3 and 3, there's my 6. 3 are empty, so now I'm going to have 3, 3, 3. I had 6, 6, 6, now I got 3, 3, 3. This is again back into the sun. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, 18 and 9. 18 R, I, 9. They're the only one that does it. It's a representation of Jupiter 13. The numeric value for 13 is 99, as well as Jupiter. And as I spoke before, the mathematics will equate to 1881. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 and 9, 17Q. So we already created our first Q through number 25. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 10, equals to 07, equals to 17Q, which 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 and 10 are the bookends. So Earth becomes the bookends of the high creation. These are the letters of high. And when you play Baccarat, they call it a natural. Everything that's ever been created, if you can relate it to something, it becomes a piece of that puzzle. V for victory. Well, yes, Hertz or headquarters. You can also, because some of the letters, when there's a letter in between the bookends, I question, since it's 3 letters and it's even, you can remove it and use the average from the outside. If not, but again, all for question. Yes, the Phoenix came into a piece at the very beginning, like in 2009. The Phoenix came in, and Phoenix in the word is OI, and that is your operating system, on, off, on, off. The N I always looked at as it was a passage on a grave. It's a grave passage. The reason for that is H, I, N, Z. Heinz. The numeric value is 57. It's both male and female. We only have one moon. It's called Luna or anal. This is both the male and the female because of the mathematics of 12 and 13, which is the king and the queen, or the Q and the K card equaling to a total of 28. 17 Q plus 11 your creation, if that's the way you want to look at it. But let's go back to Rubik's Cube. We're going to do the basics. We have 54 colors. We have 6 sides times 9 equals to 54. We have 6 singles. We have 8 triple colors, 4 and 4. 8 triple. You can also call it a set, because if you're playing poker, triple and set is something for 3, right? You can also say 3 RBI. That would be 2 on base, right? No, that would be 3 on base, because we're going to include you, but it's going to be, I mean, if it was a 3 RBI home run, then these are the initials we would use, Heaven's Resident Angel. Okay, so so we have 8 triple set. Now we have 2 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 12 doubles. So when you have a double, you have a pair. So now you have 6 singles, 8 triples, 12 doubles, and your total is 26. So there are 26 blocks on this. And the spindle, the holder of 6, plus the 6 holder. Spinning around, the square cube spinning around. You know, if you're going to have an area space, right? If you're going to have an area space, when they do lots, if we look, let me look this up. Blueprints of how the fields are plowed.
Showing pictures that match.
Let's see if I got this. Look at that. They plow the field straight, square, more or less. And you don't want to put that in there. So we have 26 plus the 6 spindle. So we have 26 plus the spindle of 6, which is a spindle that turns 4 and 2. So somebody's walking. But the thing, this entire thing, is 3 and 3. 3 and 3, 3 by 3 on every single side. When you're spinning only one side, you're spinning 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that correct? When you spin just the top like that, there's 9. So you have 9 at the top, 8 in the center, and 9 at the bottom. You have a total of 9 and 9, 26. That's your total. So you have how many faces? How many actual per faces that are shared? We're not going to get into that. So that's Rubik's Cube. And if you notice, I mean, for me, I know orange is the opposite of yellow or red, okay, because it's a stronger color. It comes from it. See, when I see this and I look at this, I know right away from that red that yellow had entered. Number 92 had entered, because in order to turn this orange, you needed red and yellow. 27, 27, and 29. 9, 11 equals to 56 equals to 20. T. The letters I and K come together. The letters B-I-K, big, black. Number 29 is black. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 plus 7 is 9. 2 and 7 is either this or this or this. 14, and 9 equals 23. W. Anyways, okay, that's Rubik's Cube. Let me get back to the cards for 1 second. So there are 52 cards in the deck, and the total count is 364. If you add up 1 all the way over to 50, 1 all the way over to 13 equals to 91 times 4 equals 364. But what happens if I count it up to number halfway? Halfway would be 26. That would equal to 351. That would say ace, sun. I never counted up to 52. I have no idea. I know if you add 1 to 36, it equals to 666. And the core of this (16, 19, 18, 21, 17, and 20, 111). So that's the center between two sides. When we split it this way, it would be 3. When we do it this way, it's going to be 4 in connecting the two sides. Even in roulette, okay, when the number patterns, they go 1 through 12 3 times. So it's 4 by 3, always connecting 3 and 4 together. A, B, C equals to 6. When you add on the fourth one, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So you're starting over. A, B, C, and D are back to 1 again. But in our cycle that we're running a 3-year, 1-year cycle. So it doesn't work with this. What is a 3-year, 1-year cycle? Is it square? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So when you go to your telephone, you see it's AE for the first one, BF for the second one. I should put this on a grid. I should have did that. Let me put that on a grid. Can I remember that? Let me do this. A, and let me take up how many spaces? A, B, should I go C? Should I go C over here or C over here? A, B, C, D? Because it's supposed to be a combination of it. Anyways, I'm just going to do it this way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So Y and Z end up on A and B. So this is our square. Now, if we did it the other way, I would have A, let me see. I'd have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. But you see the distance over here? I should have put it right over here. It should be like that. It shouldn't be split this way. It should be one side or the other. But anyways, let me continue. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. I got something wrong, no? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So in both equations, Y and Z ended up on A and B. So Y and Z, 7 and 6. 7 and 6. So we're going to look at Earth, 7, Mars, 6. Ask me if you want to know what it is. I'll explain it to you. Our alphabet totals. Did we finish Rubik's Cube? Did we finish the deck of cards? Yes, it became 144. So that 144 in the deck of cards, you remember we had, where did the 144 come from? Yes, the 2, the 8, and the 9 are the only 3 in the cycle of birth to the high birth. We don't need the 7 inside of this because that's the void. The 7 is the void. The 7 is automatically there. Once you see the 2, you don't need the 7. And once you see the 8, you don't need 7 or 6. The reason for that, here's 2 area spaces. So when we complete this work, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3 equals 6. 4, 5, 6 equals to 15. 7, 8, 9 equals to 18. So if I take away 3 and 7, 10, this total over here is 33, 39. Did I, hold on a second? 24. Okay, the total is 45. Take away 10. The total is 35. 7 times 5 equals to 35. The one with the ace dot in the center, would it be equal to 40, which would be 8 times 5. The king and the queen, because the king has 7 eyes, because he has 1 eye for her. And the queen has 8 eyes. In creation of the gate in the heavens. The separated gate, the 8 shows both. This is only one gate. This is where our vibration comes in. 8, 7, 6. The jack has 6 eyes, and 6 and 4. So our 3, 2, 4 vibration is to the 21 and 9. 3 and 9. I don't have a whole equation for what I'm looking for here. 11, 17, and 10, 38 brings together the gold. All 3 of them come together. They call them the picture cards, and they're also valued at 10 when you're playing the game of blackjack. 30 and 1,000. Actually, the reason for this is, where am I? God, 38. Yes, it's also for gold. The 10, 10, 10, or the letter M in Roman numerals is 1,000. When you add it or you multiply it, this is what it gives you. And 1,030 gives you MXXX, which gives you, I think that 24, 72, 82, 85, 40, 13, 35, 15. Anyways, it gives you a whole bunch of numbers. I'm not going down that street. Not fluid. Back to Mars and Earth. Actually, we're going to do this for Mars. Mars, you can bring the whole star system into it. In Earth, it's like this. This can be done in Mars. In Earth, we can do this. In Mars, we can do that. So what have we actually done? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. But it's what cannot be done. Oh, we have to do the corners also. Where did I get this from? because it's a 3x3 area space for Earth. It's a 2x2 area space for Mars. Where did I come up with this? Because Mars has the number 1 in it and Earth has the number 2 in it, number 1 splits 2 sides. So in order to do that, I have to create the window. Now we can do it one way or the other, and it becomes high. So that's where the birth of 89 comes in. And not only that, but Moses, right, when they made them make the bricks, right, inside the making of the bricks was also the story of where 5 and 2 came together. It also looks like a television set. The initials are TV. The year was 2022. The reverse alphabet is 7 and 5. Or how about that? That was last year. 35 and 12 equals to 47. The number for time is 47. The number for Jesus, the number for energy, 74. Okay, so yeah, so what else comes out of this? Did I get that right? Okay, is both the I and the H that separates the bricks from each other. So both the 8 and 9 and 5 and 2 come out of it, and they're both going to create the numeric value of 17 for Q. But what's ironic about this is the 10 becomes 1 plus 0, 1, 5 times 2, and 5 plus 2 is 17. When you add 1 all the way through 7, it equals to how much? 28, 21, 28. And that's the cycle we run. And when you run that cycle of Jesus energy, 7 by 4, 28, 7 plus 4, 11. 11 minus 28 is 17, or if you add it, it becomes 39. So this word over here is your base creation. The first time you get 12, you need that 3, you need that 9. 1 and 2, 1 and 9, and 2 and 9 don't count as so. They turn into this, or it turns into, I'm not really sure which other number to use, because this and this will create 39 itself. The word angel 10 if you want. 3 parts and 1 part. 3 3s and 1 3, and 3 3s and 1 3. You ever hear that cycle? Not only that, that if you, let me see if I can get one of my mice working. That Orphan Roulette. You go to Orphan Roulette, and they got this board over here, right? And if you look at the board, it says 1776, and then it's 51 and 6, 57, 21, 35, 66, 75, 57, 75, Morpheus, Orphelin. We've been left here. So I'm going to get something to drink. I don't know what time it is. Let me see if there's anything, any comments, any questions, if I can understand them. I'm not very quick sometimes. Breath of Life. My mom's last name is Earhart. Wow. There's a television program that does that. And just for some reason, I'm thinking of a Mustang. And the Mustang GT, G and T are both top. I mean, they're both T. When they say T minus counting, you're in one area. And when you say G, you're in another area. It's 2 different areas. The alphabet and gematria, the way they count 1 through 7, as like also the piano, which has 36 black keys, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, create 99. The word 13 is 99, TH 28, cycle. IR is that cycle in rotation. INR is the rotation in the sun. Why sun? The sun is actually, I'm not even sure if I can bring it even that high to the sun, even though the numeric value for sun within inside itself, the I and the R, they are reverse of each other. They are a total of 27. So if you reverse them, it's still a total of 27. So the sun is 1/3 and the sun is 2/3 with that equation. The sun is the entirety of what the house of Venus in Uranus is. And Venus and Uranus are two planets that are sun planets. Because when you end the word in Venus backwards, it's son of Eve. And Uranus is sun Ura. Is sun Uru, is sun Aru, is sun Aru. Now, I'm not going to get into what the 21st letter is. The first time we have base creation is 21. It's the first time that you will say it after the first time you said it. Does that make sense? And it begins with 3. Yes, first begins with 3. What do you mean? You had to get in the car and take the car and go somewhere. What'd you get the car for? 21st is the first time you're going to bring 2 with 1, 3 creation. So when you say, 31st, 21st, 12, female E. 31st, the end of the month, the 21st day of the solstice for the female, the end of the month, 7 times 13, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4, 7, DC, the house of direct current. I think I lost myself. Wow, I'm going to have to maybe back up my video. I have to see where I was. 1 and 2. Yes, 1 and 2, 31, right. And now we get the mirror. When you have a 3, you get the mirror at 4. Also, when you get to M and N, it's the 13th and the 14th letter. The 3 and the 4. The alphabet separates, except it joins and it separates. In gematria, the letter M is 1, the letter N is 1. Usually when I do the gematria count, yeah, and I have to remember the piano. So what we're doing is we're counting up to 7, and then we're counting down, and M and N are right over here. Maybe they should be touching. I'm not sure if I should have did it this way. I'm not sure, but this is the way I did it. Because there was 1 separation here, I made 2 separations here. So 2 would be for Earth. The other one would be for Mars. What this is over here is M and N separate. T goes over here. G goes over here. Doc, moon math. There's a thing about DOC, yeah, O in the middle of DC. O is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. Because instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you're not seeing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both of these, number 55, are actually 66. Crisscrossing, because we lock up the M and the N. Otherwise, the center of the alphabet is T for one side. It is G for the other side, and it's locked in here between M and N. Where was I? Wow, I don't even know. Too many things going on. Earth, Mars. We did the alphabet thing. I didn't do the totals yet. We counted the cards. We understood there's only 3 cards that we need in the entire deck. We're talking about number 27 in the sun, and maybe it's easier to be a little bit more visual. And SUN equals to 54. So when you have Venus, which is the second planet, and you have Uranus, and this is number 81, this is number 94, and together it'll create 175 or 85. The mathematics will turn these into what they are. I'm just trying to understand this myself. So what happens here with the word sun is because the I and the R are 2 letters reverse of each other, 9 and 18. equals to 27. So their reverse is only a single reverse at 27, 2 letters. If I had 2 other letters, right, these are mirrored, so it would mirror each other. Maybe I will go 54, 2 27s, but it's a direct mirror. Sun equals to 54, the direct mirror into the sun. So now the next part about this, so this is 99 and it represents Jupiter. And 13. The word teen equals to 44. It is the division between night and day. This is the way I like to look at it. It also is created from 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, 4 and 4. The word 13 is 28 and 27 and 44. So in the cycle of the house of Bate, see the 7 card is inside the 8 card. They're both 20. They're both at the T gate, T7 and T8, 20 and 8. This total is 15. So they're at the quarter gate expressing Earth. Why? 15 seconds out of 60. But at the same time, we only live on a flat. We don't live on the full circle. So all we have to use is cut off one part of that. So 15 seconds is going to now be half. Do you follow why it's going to be half? Because it's half of one side and then there's 15, half of the other side. So anyways, this equals to 27. The numeric value for sun is 54. And there's 3 times 27 for each letter equaling to 81. So the sun is actually perfect. Where else were we? What didn't we count? Yes, there was one thing that I started way back in the video. Oh, I didn't finish this. Maybe I did. 111. The alphabet should be starting A6 and Z31 to restructure the alphabet between 36 numbers. We did this. We did this. Did I finish this? What's ironic in this one, I don't know if you remember this. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 creates 6 and 8. And we did this about an hour ago. And 2 and 4 is going to be reversed 5 and 3. Electric company, the cat and the electric company. So now we're going to have 3 and 3 is going to be the reverse 4 and 4. And then you're going to have 5 and 1. And that's going to be reverse 2 and 6. That's the queen, the game, Mars. This is electricity. This is the cat. This is E and I coming together. They both have ace dots on them. And then here is 3 and 4 coming together. That's what makes your 6 and your 8. This will bring you 9 and 6 equals to 15. This will equal to 16 and 8 equals to 24. Is that true? 4 times 4 equals to 8. 16. 4 plus 4, 8. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. 1 and 5, the letter O. 2 and 4, the letter X. Both come 66 from 86. Route 66 was changed for Highway 80. So how perfect are the numbers? This will become 8 and 6 equals to 14. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, 15 and 8 equals to 23. 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 5. 2 and 6 equals to 12 equals to 8 equals to 20. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 is 2. 2, 2, 2, 5. 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6. 2, 2, 5, 5, 6, 6. 3 sides of the cube. 4, 14, and 12, 26, the number of cubes there are. I'm going to look at the questions. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what I missed. Well, there's 21 comments I didn't see. Hold on a second. I'm Q. Hey, Johnny. Man 91, Gyro, 25, 43, 53, 60, 78. Mobile Pegasus, Ace Up, 7th Gate Q. Q or 17, something to do with 369. 54, 57. 17 is related to Mars. 17 plus 1, 17 plus 2. the thing about 17 is in French, they say 10, 7. They say 10 4, 12 times. They say 10, 12 times in the French language, 12 times 10. And, did I get that right? And they say 7, 9 times. And they say 8, 9 times. And they say 9, 9 times. The French will say 10, 12 times. They will say 7, 9 times, 8, 9 times, and 9, 9 times. High birth gate Jupiter, 13, 1000, 10, 10, 10, 1, 1, 1 through the cubic world. Let's start the game. 81, 9, 9, 9. Whoop. Did I get that right? Yeah. The Sun, Mars, Sun, Mars. The reason for this is because when they say the numbers in the 70s to 79, they will mention number 9, right? But they will not mention 1 through 6. And they will not mention 1 through 6 times 3. So they will not mention 21, 21, 21, 63. That would be the total that they will not mention it. They'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 21, 22, 23, 24. They'll say 31, 32, and so on and so. But when they get to 70, okay, they will say the number like this. Sorry, it's going to be like this. They will say 11. In the 70s, they will say 11, and in the 90s, they will say 11. Now, in the telephone and on the ATM, they took away the letter Q from the 7 and the Z from the 9. Number 17, 1 and 7, 8. Number 26, 2 and 6 is 8. 26 and 17 equals to 43 DC. Okay, let me take a look at those letters, and maybe I'm just going to stop right here. Mobile Pegasus, 369, 5 times 91 is 455. No, I made a mistake there. Wow. 91 times 5. Where did I get 5 by 9 is 45 plus? Oh, okay. 5 times 9 is 450. Wow. It's 455. Okay, so now again, it'll tell me the Fox pass. It'll tell me 5.5, which is the half-life. It is the CFL. Okay. And how do you put on an extra 10 yards? It's easy. In the NFL, right? See it like that. Now, in the CFL, that 5 and 5, sorry, to the NFL, it would be like this. The 10 yards is above the field. I think it represents the W. I made that design somewhere. I think, I don't know if you can see it. You see above the door, the W, right in the center, right there. That little thing living in both sides, both worlds, inside the W. 2 V's for life. Life is 22, the letter V, 22 and 22, 44. 44 is for area space, 44 day and night, because 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 will create 16 and 8, and 8 is 1 part, 2 parts. 16, 8 is 2 parts of 16, so it becomes 3 parts of 8, equaling to that 24. I think we're going to just look at the rest of the numbers here that was written. F.O. Fox, love and kisses, 666. 9, cunning fox, absolutely. 92, 9 times 2, 9 plus 2. And that comes from the IT system. Where do I get? Yes, 5 times 4, 5 plus 4, 20 plus 9, the IT system. And wow, let me just back this up. I'm a little bit all over the place because I don't have anything set up. There is an equation. I mean, there's many ways to complete certain equations, and that's by squaring them off. Well, how much was it? 3.x, like pi never ends. Well, square it off. After a certain point, you've cut in to the cell. You've cut into another cell after a certain decimal point. Another thing is I make pi larger. Now, I'm quite sure somebody's done it out here already. I've said it so many times. I don't want my idea to be taken away, but multiply pi by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, by 6, by 7, by 8, by 9. Multiply pi by 9. When you multiply pi by 9, you're only going to, if I turned it all into color, you're only going to see one color. Now, according to shapes, a triangle of 3 has 4 sides. So a triangle of 3 has 4 sides. 12. Just like the way they run the roulette wheel with 12s. What is at the top is at the bottom identical for however it is. Because in order to have the square, you have to bring the two triangles together. However they make it move, whatever it is, the Star of David is the same thing. It's like pieces of, okay, not going to get that. The square, the cube, has 6 sides. So if I slice this in half, because 6 divided by 3 is 2, 3 and 6 is your answer. 3 and 6 will create I and R. 3 and 6 will also, 3 by 6, 18. 3 plus 6 is 9. R, no, this is R. Hold on a second. R and I, and 9 plus 18 is 27. I'm just trying to think of something. Just give me a second. 2019. Oh, yes. Harry. The 18th letter, also 1 plus 8 is A and H. So it's H-A-R is the 18th letter. The 1 plus 8 is 9, which equals I. It says Harry. So I'm trying to think what Harry would mean. It also says raw, like in raw math. So there's 4 sides and 6 sides. Mars would be the 4 sides, and Earth would be the other 2 sides. 4 sides and 2 sides. The 2 sides equating to 7. The 4 sides added equals to 7 and 7, 14. 7 or 7 and 7. So we're talking about the pole for 7. The pole for 7, also the 9th finger of birth, where it's 5 on one hand and 4 on the other, or 4 on one hand, 5 on the other. The breath is taken in love inside the sun. And the word love being number 54 is ironic because all four letters, L-O-V-E, they are reversed in each other. So if they're reversed in each other, we get a pure 54 inside of love. And love is equality, is it not, when you're playing tennis with the racket that looks like this? The last piece I want to go over right now is going to be the, let me read these, and I want to go over number 3 for a minute. It seems like I put everything in one. 2 and 1, I leap the year. House of alternate current, or direct current. Lincoln Electric, Atlanta, Georgia. What's going on in Atlanta, Georgia? When you put A and T together, it is the at sign. It happens twice, and then LAN is part of communication. George is a connection to what is the club, which is 3 moons between the Earth and Mars, the Earth, Moon, Anal, and Phobos and Deimos. And the reason for that is that the word George. This is number 33 for gold, but gold is also number 38. When that connects, you're connecting this finger. Okay, if you're playing bowling, where does this finger go? How does this work in bowling, right? Where you stick these two fingers out and you put these three fingers in. I'm not sure if this what this equation is yet. I'm going to figure it out. And the reason for that is the thumb can be 1, the thumb can be 6, the thumb can be 10. 1, 6, 10, and 1, 6, 10, oh, and 5. So I'm putting these together in bowling, right? This one over here, also this pinky could be 1, 6, 10, and 5. And this one is going to be 2, 7, 9, and 4. So they're going to always equal to 22. The division of night and day with 44 was over here, day and night, where the equality for created a 2-to-1, which created 1/3 and 2/3 according to the 7 pole and the 14 ring or circumference, right? Which 1 and 4 equals to 5. So it'd be 7 and 5 and 7 and 4. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. They're more than one equation. And the last equation would be 9/7. Do we have a calculator here somewhere? 9/7. 9 divided by 7 equals 1.28. 7 divided by 9 equals to 7777. Okay. The birth and the gateway. So what are we missing here? We did that. Yeah, so if I put these three fingers together, right, we are going to get a count of 3 fingers. We're going to get a count of 66. That's our full count. Anyways, I'm not sure why I'm talking about that. Let me go back to George. So in this word over here, George, it's going to be 7 plus 5 plus 33 plus 7 plus 5. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 3 and 3. We have 12 and 12, 24 equals 57. The numeric value for the moon is 57. Heinz, which is a gear, the H here, and the I, the N, and the Z. It's a window and a door. They go over each other, creates a star system. This one over here will be your 6 and 9 rotation. The last number in French is 69. After that, they go 60 and 10. Then they go 4 times 20. And it's funny that in the 4 times 20, they do not use the word ET for 81. Every other one, they'll use ET except for that one. Separated gateway, it's the heavens, right? Coming in from, going to, with the one, without the one, the ring and the pole. Where are we? Did this. Yeah, so Georgia, we're just going to, right, finishing with AI, right? Or gorge for throat. We're going to use George. So 7 and 5 and 15 and 18, right? We're going to look at that this way. 8, 9, 5, and 6. KQ. I'm just doing a little bit of fish work. So anyways, we have George, 75 and 57, both numeric values that go with the moon. 12 and 12 is 24, and 33, 24, 34, 44, 54. Let's do it again. I don't want to make a mistake. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I have 3, 4, 5. Right. Male and female, 12 and 13. But the reality is the male and the female lock horns over here between the M and the N. This is where the male and the female come in. They're locked with no choice. And the reason for that is the alphabet. Continue on to 14. And the alphabet this way is 13 through A and 14 through Z. Let me take the last questions, and I'm not going to go off guard anywhere else right now. 28 reduces into 26, reduces into 20. And remember 3.5, the center of the cube is 3.5. It takes 8 times 3.5 to get to that 28. Remember that. 8 times, 8 times 3.5 to get to the 28, but it takes 10 times to get back to its 35. But when you get to 35, it's 1 moon cycle plus 2 parts. So it becomes 3, 5, and 3, 5. So you need 2 more. So you need 1 and 1/4. And the end of time in our year is 1 1/4. Earth, Mars memory. So let me move this over here. 15 seconds to Mars, 52, 52, 2 decks. Well, when I come to the baseball game, I bring with my own bats and I bring my own players. You bring your own players. 9 players on a team, 2 teams play, 18 players get onto the field. Then you have the 3 bases and home plate. Circuitry, 1, 2, 3. Ace dot, 86 ER. 86 at 86. This is the division of the house planet. 68 creates that. The center of numbers, of 36 numbers, okay, is both Mars and Earth coming together, dots and lines. The reason, what is the reason? It's because in a hexagon, there's a point, a crossover on a window, and then there's a straight line. See, I'd have to do it that way. You see, I can do that. Anyways, not to get into that. But 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what's going to create 6 and 8. 24 is the cat. 42 is 5 and 9. We established before that this would be what is DNA inside the sun. It would be birth. It's number 14. It goes on. It's inside the yin and yang, the N and the M. The male, male, and female, male, because of the 12, 13, and 13, 14. When the man transfers, when a boy transfers into manhood, 14. When a female, when a girl or a female girl transfers into feminine or whatever you want to call it, it's 13. This is the setup, and the reason is the Bat's Mitzvah and the moon. 156 moons with men. It's 169 moons. Not me. Remember, this is a story that was already pre-written. I read the scripts wherever they are. You open a book, you see one word, that's a story. So let me see. Ace dot intelligence ER 414. An exchange 4 for 1 for 4. Right. It was 4 that created 1 that created 4. 2 thumbs up. Sky Z, Chinese balloon, water balloon, Harry and the Hendersons, 99 reboot. Yes, absolutely. The television sets and reboot says 5G. When you see a TV set, it's 5G. TV, 5G reverse. That's automatic. I know the alphabet. Gray matter, stakes. It's funny. You go put your money on the line. So they say you want to make a bet or do you want to place a bet? So you're taking something, you're calling it second to put it where to get what. Anyways, I'm a little bit tired. I'm not sure what I finished, what I didn't finish. Yeah, I wanted to finish the total numbers for the do I have another book? Let me get another book let me get another book. I have something to drink. Give me 2 minutes. Give me a minute. I don't do numerology. I know a lot of things match up in this world. I know there's associations that say what does number 1 mean and all these other numbers, right? What I'm bringing out is just a letter count. If you say the word gold, I'm going to say, boom, 4 letters, 108. Resh, 1/3 of the sun, part of my breath. Gold is number 38. I'm going to say electric company. Electricity is number 75, both male and female. Static electric. Take your socks off, go stand on the ground. What is actually happening? If you were told what was actually happening while you were standing on the ground, we would be learning something. I don't know what it is. Anyways, okay, I'm just going off on a rant. So let me finish this. So we have from 1 over to 99. Okay, I know it when you get to 36, it equals to 666. You know, I know when you get to 33, take off 71, which is 35 and 36. When you have 1 to 33, imagine that 33 was a completion because of this. What is this? And this and this. 9 areas. I only have 1. I see there's 8 more. 1 and 8. 3. I know there's more. 3 and 6. I see 5 in the corners. I see 4 empty. 4 and 5. Now I see 6. I see 6 and 3. I see 4 on the outside. I don't see anything on the inside. 4 and 5. Whoop. 5 and 4. When I add up this and this, it equals to 21. When I add up this and this, it equals to 33. There are 54 area spaces. The 11 is because when you have the 1 reverse 6, you have 3 reverse 8, 11. When you have 4 reverse 3, you have 6 and 5, 11. When you have, see, I did 3 reverse 4. When you have 5 reverse 2, did I do that? When I do 2 reverse 5, that I didn't finish it off. Sorry about that. When you do 2 reverse 5, I should have did this the other way. You have 11 and 7. So you have 11, 11, 11. And you have 7, 7, 7. And this is 18, also noted as the Third Reich. Well, actually, it's Reich in French. R and H together say, I like to look at it as Reich. R and H coming together as a word. I call it Reich. In Hebrew, the R is also noted to be the 20th letter. And I'm not going to relate that to our gateway in R, which is actually a D with a V on top of it, 44, walking heads. Also, it's noted to be 505, Freedom Walk. V in Roman numerals, 5, D in Roman numerals, 500. The division of night and day because it creates 16 and 8. And then it creates 68 and 78, 2 equations. And then if we want, we can add these up, and 6 and 6 is 13 because there's the same, they fit inside of each other. And then we're going to reduce them to 6. But anyways, I don't want to get into that, but this is a gateway. Pegasus, purple, 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 is 64, and 16 equals 7 and 1, Q gate. At the same time, it equals to 80. 8 leads into 8. 6 and 7 equals to 13. 6 by 7 equals to 42, and 13 is 55, equals to now 1. And that 1 and 8 is Resh. 18th letter, Ra, heavens of Ra. Anyways, this here mathematically is 1331. This one equals to 343. The addition is 21 equals to 364, or 364 divided by 4 equals to what is 91. 13 cards in the deck times 7 equals to 91 times 4 equals 364. I'm going over this too quick. I want to stop. I shouldn't be rambling on. Let me just go to the end here. I'm really going too fast. 11, 11, 11. And also, when you go 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, it'll create 2 and 1. So 1 and 2, what is it? It's 3 for C. It's also 1 and 2 is 12, 21, or the letter L. So you'd be saying Allah. Every 11 will create a 1, 2, or 2, 1. So it'll be 63. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 equals 2. So if you use it 12 and you did this 3 times, it equals to 36, right? 12. Now, if you did right here, if you did it the other way, is 21 times 3 equals to 63. The total is 99. It's absolutely perfect. The numbers are absolutely perfect within themselves. So yeah, when you said the 999 before, I remember that equation I was working on. 777, 999. So I forget where the equation was. I wish I can find it. And also there's an equation I didn't finish with this. Too many things going on. The alphabet in 3s and in 4s. So the 1 and the 2 is what brings in the queen. The O and the I. The IO, whatever you want to call it. So something, I don't remember what it is. The on, the off. It brings them both in. I don't remember why. It's the letter I. It's Morse code, dashes and lines. We did the thing on the moon. If I didn't finish the moon, I'm going to explain it to you again. When you write the word Atlanta, it becomes 120, and 120 or 216 is your diameter. It has to do with something within the moon, okay? And here you get the same thing. You get 20 and 1, like Agenda 201. So, and over here you get 12, 13, and 14. You have 27. So here it becomes, did I get that right? 3, 9, 3. You get 595 EIEIO, but I like to just look at it like this. The first multiplication of this word here, first of all, LAN in a single digit is 315. The cube is 31, 51 for Mars, electric company with 53. Electric company, hold on a second. It's the altered current, because in order to bring that to the altered current passage, I have to bring them both to 10 and then down to 1. 1 month, 28 days, 4 months of 30 days, 7 months of 31 days. So when you have the 7 months of 31 days, it equals to 217. So the 7 would be 2 and 5, 7. Around is 14. The total is 21. That's the way I want to look at it. It also creates DC, direct current. So we have Atlanta. The short count is 9. So it becomes 393. The long count would be 1427 in the house of Bait. Communication, when I use it this way. When you use it this way, you're sending mail. So you're sending, when you send one letter, the next letter gets sent off somewhere else. So there's an in between before it gets somewhere. Georgia is telling me the moon. This 33 inside the center, the moon and the sun. The electric between the moon and the sun, there's a passage going on. There's 3 moons when you're using the moons of Mars. Where else was there? We didn't finish the alphabet. That's okay. I'm not sure if we did this part over here. That we, since Mars as only is number 51. Let me see. Did I get that right? Let me see if I can do this. Mars is 51. That's the only way to draw it that way. Earth is 52. Oh, I'm not sure if I should go down 1 or 2. I'll go down 2, make it easier. And then now we can also draw one in the center, I think. Let me see. Did I get that right? Here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got this right. Yeah, I did. So we can split the center in this one. Now, why on this angle? Because when I draw it this way, okay, I have to go straight through it. I'm going to use up 2, 4, 6, 8 areas in this one. But I only want to reach the roof. And you're not allowed to stop past the center. Here, right, I'm right at the corner. Here, I have to go right through because this is in the middle. My X's are in the middle. They're not the same as the other one. So there's a difference between putting it this way and this way. 45, the angle of the passage in the sun. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. The cat is number 24, but the 24th key in the piano is center C from left to right, LR, 12 and 18. Same thing as 147, 369, 12 and 18. By counting from right to left, you're starting with 18. From left to right, you're starting with 12, starting with Resh. So it's 29 keys from right over to left on the piano. It has 3 keys on the bottom. It has 36 black keys. Total is 88, plus 3 pedals, 91. There are no black keys next to the letter B and F, 2 and 6, next to the queen, next to the dog, next to the game, next to the card. The word ball is number 27. Ringing of the bell, I think it's 32. Sun, Fox, Pass. Pass is 55. Sky is 55. Movie, IE. IE is 5 and 9, where the E electric lives inside of us, or inside that 9 card. But the 10 card is showing us that it's 2 separate worlds. That's what the 10 card is showing us. And the cube, right? In order to create 10 in this with 2 cubes, it's 6 and 4. 6 and 4 will be reversed 3 and 1. That is man, and that's the cycle of the moon. That's the cycle we run. Man at 13 for the bar mitzvah. They barred the 12 in the game of craps. And then you have 5 and 5, which is your sky pass. Your sky pass to life, the 22nd letter, and what creates the division between night and day. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, 4 and 4, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 creates 8 and 16. The cube works in thirds. Don't forget, if we work in a third and work in a third, can we break it down enough so it becomes 1/4? Anyways, just a question. 11, 11, 11, 7, 7, 7. Right, 10 card and 2. And the 10 even tells you, I mean, doesn't tell you. I mean, it all has to be discussed, you know. I like to bring together French and English because that's what helps me out, and doing my numbers in French. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to do. Here's the 10. You can see the honeycomb inside of it, the Earth-Mars honeycomb. So because Earth becomes the line over here, I'm going to use that as Earth, and the point up here and the point down here, that would be Mars. So it seems like 3 for creation Mars, 3 for creation Mars. And actually, we use the 2, and we'll keep the rest. So we're going to go with 2, 4, 6, and then 4 on the outside. See, it tells us that everything's encompassed in Mars, but we're living with the spirit on Earth. I sometimes say the whole planet is Earth, and we're living in the pods of Mars, but it can be the opposite way, if you follow what I'm saying. Your creation is 3, which is planet Earth. So that's our creation. They went 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's it. 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 is inside 5. 4 is inside 6. 4 is inside 7. 4 is inside 8. 4 is inside 9. 5 by 4, 20. 5 is inside 9. 25. Let's call that Jackson. 6 and 7 are inside of 8. So we have 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5 is 9, and 6 is 15, 22. So we don't need any of those, 22. We don't need 4, 5, 6, or 7. 4 and 7, 11, 6 and 5. So this is energy, Jesus, and 7, 3, home, house, not house, sorry, home, king, things that end or calculate to 41. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, 11 and 30, 41. Let me add this up again. 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't need them, but you do need the 8 and 9 equals to 17Q. Now, the thing is, since you really don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, since you don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, plus this 4 over here equals to 10. So now we're only going to work with this one over here. And now you're going to have 18. And that 18 resides inside Electric Company and the moon. 8 and 9, high creation. Okay, I got to stop. The club, I designed that club again. The club, I think, comes from the triangle. Let me see. I just want to do this big. So you have 3. So this side comes to here. 1 never away from 1. This side comes to here, and this side comes to here. So this side is never 1 away. So this side goes to here, and at the same time, this one goes to here. And at the same time, this one goes to here, this one goes to here. And at the same time, that one goes to there, this one goes to there, and this one goes to there. And now we just connect them together. Circuitry. Trying to see, is there any other design I can get inside of this? So this is the way I see it. They call this club, and this is number equals to 38. The spade equals to 45. I forget why I did that. 16 and 19 is 35. 17. Okay, just leave that as that. So yes, we have the 10. You have these 6 and 4. That's what made me go there. Okay, so we had those numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Inside the 8 is number 4 and number 6. Inside the 9 is and 7. And inside the 9 is number 5, EI, and this is H, and this says God in one of the symmetrics. It also says Jesus, water, soul, time, energy, House of Zion, Israel. These are just words that go with 64 and 74. And if you multiply it, it becomes 42, 168, 4 by 6, 24, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you add it, it becomes 17, 10, 17, which is Q. This one also 168, which is the division between night and day. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8. The reverse of that is what will create pi, because 3 by 3 is I9, and it is a gateway in Q. The reason I say it's a gateway in Q is 6 plus 1 is 7, 78. When you add up 1 over to 12, you get the queen. But not only that, the 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, Q, is what will create 7 and 8, which is also October. And when you add, yes, we did this, okay. So yeah, so we have 7, 6, and 4 inside of H. So that is, and we didn't use ABC because ABC is a construct. Although we might be able to just use 2 and 10 after. I'm not really up to what's it called on that. So 4 times 24, 7, 17, 185. I have to think about this. And then inside 9 is 5. So, oh, and then we have the 8. So should I multiply that by 8? 168 by 8 is 4 and 6, 48. 4. 8 by 8, 64, 6. 8 by 6, 48. 54, 5. 8, 13, 44. 1 and 3 is 4, 4, 4, 4. If you want to look at it that way. DC comes up again. 13 in the cycle of the moon. 7 and the division of day. This will be 7 and 6 in mathematics. If I bring this on all the way to the end, this will be this will end up to be at 29, the final number in this one. And the final number in this one would be 19. It's absolutely perfect because 2 and 1 have to come together to have creation. They must always come together. 1, 2, 3. Always right here. When you connect that, you end up with 4. You mirror creation in Mars. $210. So when you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. I always refer 21. I always refer it to the cube. There are 21 dots on a cube. It takes 4 cubes to create 84. If you use it as 84 days, that's 3 times 28, 3 moons of 28 days that will create that BH or TH, time heaven. The number 4 is special. Time heaven, or T and H, or 28, is that the first time that happens in numbers is first, second, third, fourth, TH, fifth, all the way to 20th, it is TH. So when you add 1 to 20, it equals to 120. Take away 6, it's 114. So you can say KD, you can say AN. Anyways, it's not an easy thing to get there. I've been here for how long? Almost 3 hours. Oh my God, guess what? It's 3 hours later. 2919, yes, 2919, although it's 38, equaling to the club, 19 and 29. 1 is 11, 1 is 1, 1 and 2 comes back again. The reverse of that is creation. I like to say creation of the student. When you go to the crap table, they're always screaming out, yo, Elev, yo, Elev. To me, Elev is student. That one over here. Also, this is part of even 1776, the Mayan calendar, which runs with 13 parts of a gear and 7 parts of a gear. Also runs, the division of 7 will never have 3, 6, and 9 in it. Mixing colors, going to the element scale, weights and measures. In baseball, it's the 7th inning stretch. Isn't that ironic? The 7 and the 9 are so different from each other. It's ironic that the Mack truck and the Chrysler are not the same as the other cars. On the second hand of the clock, on the first hand, on the second hand, all our expressions, every word, goose and gander, ending with red, GOO can be part of, like with moose, antlers, quarters, back to the moon. Moon satellite. What does the word earth mean? We're on earth. How can you not tell me we're on earth? Do you know that if your eyes were closed and they turned you in a circle and you were just born and nobody said anything to you and the only word you ever heard is we're on earth, that's what you believe. But I don't have a camera. I can't see out there. And I don't know what things are called. You know, I know they call this a card. A spade, call a spade a spade. So earth to me is underneath your feet. It's what everything is on. And water and liquids, well, I can't say water is in water. If you remove the water from everything, if you removed water from gases, what would be left? Is there water and gas? If I understood all these elements, it's easier to figure out because everything is basic science. I mean, that's the way I see it. Everything is hockey, 3 periods in hockey. So 3 moon cycles equals to the completion of 4 cubes. 4 times 54, 4 suns. 4 suns. So it's 3 suns. 54, 54, 54, 162 or 162.0 or 216. So it takes 3 suns in order to equal to 1 moon. Did I say that right? Yes. 3 suns equals 1 moon. We need 3 moons for a cycle. We need 9 suns. I'm going to explain it to you. The numeric value for sun is 54. Every moon cycle that runs is 28 days. A cycle in the calendar that we use today is 3 years and then the leap year. ABC equals to 6 and ABCD equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So it turns over. So 3 by 54 equals to 162. The diameter of the moon is 2160. When you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. They're both in relationship to the ring and the pole of the moon. We're talking about darts. And we're talking about the game of pool. We're also talking about the 6 pockets looking like the deck of cards and what letters you can create from the pockets on the pool table to where you're on the dartboard. And you have the red earth 25 to what is noted to be maybe what red Martians or to what is green equaling to what is 50 if you want to count that for one side of the field. Before a football game starts, you know that a touchdown is 6 points. So it's 6, 1, and 3. When you're adding up 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, plus 3 equals to 6. When you get the 4, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 1, 2, 3. This equals to 1, 3, 6. Then you add on 4. 4 and 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Then you add 5. Then you add 6. Then you add 7. Then you add 8. Let me hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 and 4 is 1. 4 add plus 5. Well, 5 plus 1 is 6. Whoop, this is wrong. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 1. Let me see. Did I do that right? Is 1. 8 plus 7 is 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. So it just keeps going 1, 3, 6, 1, 1, 3, 6, 1, 6, 3. Wow. Anyways, you get what the drift of what's going on here, right? So that's the repeat of the cycle. Boy, maybe I'm a little bit tired. Yes, 3 and 7 is the heart of 36 numbers. 37, 37, 37, 111. That's the heart of the roulette table. Here's one of them. See the hexagons in the center? I was just drawing that before. So you have 1 number 8, right? 1 number 8 all the way around. Let me get to that picture that I did earlier. I'm not stopping until I finish that picture. I started right at the beginning 3 hours ago. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah. So I'm not sure if see this? Is that the same picture? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, you see this? Oh, you can't see it. So this is where I'm gonna put my mouse. Okay, so you have 8. So you have 8. So I'm gonna mark down. Let me see if I can move my book into position here. 8. Let me see. Can I get that? Whoop. 8. Now you have inside, you have 4 6s. So you have 1 times 8, 4 times 6. Then you have 1 times 4. Now the thing is, this 1 times 8, okay, equals 8, equals 24, equals to 4. Your total is 36 to create that stop. Now, if you create it into a square, right, you'd only have 1 cube of 6 sides. So it'd be a total of 6, chopping off its sides to turn it into an 8. Chop off an angle here, an angle here. Sorry, chop off. Sorry, I'm not showing you the right way. Let me take this away for a second. So we'd chop off. You see right here. When we chop off these 4 corners and you put these together, creates a hole. Correct? When we chop off those corners, you go from 1, 2, 3, 4 into an 8. At the same time, you can put these 2 together and those 2 together and create that. And at the same time, that's what you have left in the center, right over here. So here's 4 sides. And then on those 4 sides, you have 6 sides. But before we made them even those sides, I had 9 areas. Inside of that was 9 areas to start. So there was 9 areas in there to start. So anyways, I don't want to get into that part. At the same time, okay, when we began this, there were 4 times 5 because this was made up. And then what I did, and then that became that. So the entire equation equals to 56. 2 moons. Now, if we cubed it, you'd have the 5 by 5, you'd have 25 times 4 equals to 100. You'd have 8 by 8, 64. Okay, equals to 64. You'd have 6 by 6, 36 times 4 equals to 144. Right away the day. And you'd have 1 times 4 times 6. Is that the way it comes out, or is it going to be 4 by 4? Because that's a square. See, if that was a triangle, if that was formatted, imagine if this was the flat area of a triangle. I'm going to have to do it this way. So anyways, this will be 24, 168 hours in a week, 100, 164, and 168. I don't know what it is the first time I did this. 4 and 8 is 12 is 1. 12 is 13 is 1. I have no idea what that is. Maybe plus 1 dot in the center equaling to 333. Remember, the center, once you crisscross the center, it's an automatic freebie. But anyways, no here, no there. They have that. We have this here, over here, the roulette. This is the roulette. We have the division over here, which is when you get to 7, it's G. Then when you get down to 1 and 1, I made a big separation. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have left these numbers in between. What are these numbers? When you go down, when you count down 1, what goes below 1? So I was going by 2s. So when you go down by 2, it's 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So now I'm going up by 2s. Now I'm not sure if I should go up by 2s, but over here it showed going up by 2. So I went 2. Then I went up by 2 over here, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. When I went down, because this went 7, 9, I went 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, and 29. So you're 28 at the top, 29 at the bottom. It is a black and a red number. It is 57, the joining of the moon, through 77, the gate, 7 and 3, gate 1. 37, and 37, gate 2. Q and T at this gate, P and U at this gate, 37, 37. So this is that equation, and I'm not sure where to go with that. But anyways, let me read a little bit more. Okay, that's going to be it for now. I did a little bit of that, and then understanding when you're looking at, this is all number 1. This is how number 1 should be placed. I could have errors. Looking at this design over here, setting it up on an angle. Well, it looks like it's on an angle, but you can actually work in this direction if you want. I'd have to go over this again. Sometimes I come up with ideas, never know how to finish them. Then there's over here, which is what I connect is A over here. You connect it with I, so that's 1 and 9 equals to 10 equals to 1. Then you connect A, okay, over here with F over here equaling to 7. So if you did that, what would be your center area? You see 1 over here with F, that's your 7. Now what you want to do is you want to connect 1 with 3 over here. So when you connect 3, you automatically connect D and F. Why? 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and 9 is 10 is 1. 1 and 6 is 7. Running in rotation of 1 through 9, the setup of the 7 months, the 4 months, and the 1 month is telling me to do this. Then if you want to go B would go with E, and B would also go with H. So when B gets H or TH for time heaven, okay, you're already connecting in F. So A and B. Anyways, that's it for now. That's it. I'm trying to say too much, and I have to stop it. Just get carried away. 14, 104, 10-4 communication, 40 and 1 backwards. 10-4 communication, 2 times 52, 2 times Earth. CB codes, 8x8 chess game. Chess, I think, is the word 38, and 11 is 48, 49, and 5. So chess also equals to 54, which is the sun. Cubert, remember the game Cubert? Is all playing on cubes. Things that turn around, why things are round, why things are square. It's hard to step onto a stair that's like this, you know. And 360 degrees is not the same as 180 degrees, 180 degrees, 180 degrees, 360, a loop. But is it 360 around, or is it 360 this way? When you look at racetracks and the different tracks, different numbers they use will explain, give us an equation in that. But Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Don't know who's ever's been here before. And then the floor's got a bunch of math equations on it. Anyways, nothing. They can't see anything right here, but anyways, look it up online. We have to get together, maybe somewhere where it's really, really warm somewhere where there's no vibrations. We can just get out of our skin and get a lot of paper and pray with the earth. What does it mean to pray with the earth? The answers are in the word. We need a bunch of dictionaries, a bunch of books just to look up different stories. And I mean, we can start at Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Eensy Weensy Spider. I got a car with 4 tires and a motor. Thank you for watching. I'm ranting. Pass it on and share. Pass it on and